Guys, it's almost time for us to apply for our 3rd year working holiday visa. And with it being the new year, we thought what better time to reflect on why we love Australia and what keeps us here year after year.
So we've decided to put together our list of the top 10 things we love about Australia and discuss them with each other for the first time with you guys. My number 1 is Australia's free camp culture. Not just the free camps, the national parks, which have a very small fee. Australia really is set up incredibly well.
My number 1 actually matches up with yours a bit. You said free campgrounds, but I just put caravan culture. All of the things that you said, like the way Australia is set up for travellers, the public toilets as well, dump points that are around, just the diversity of options for people that are travelling.
Really is so easy to live van life the way we live van life here in Australia. It's set up for it, they're all over the place.
It really is. And if you're Australian and you've never been out of the country, you probably don't realise just how well it is set up for it here.
That kind of leads on to my number 2, so you were going to go next.
It's weird that our number 1, they're in no particular order, but number 1 happens to be like more or less the same thing.
Pretty much the same thing, yeah. Now I separated my number 1 and number 2, but it sounds like you've covered it in caravan culture, because my second one was actually going to be things like public amenities. In the UK, we don't have many public toilets left, and if we do, you have to pay for them. And they're probably not very clean. Whereas in Australia, you can pretty much find a public toilet in any small town. They're normally completely free and they're clean. In fact, I don't think I found one where you've had to pay just yet.
I just think of going to London and having to put your like little 20 pence piece in
to go through the turnstile.
Yeah. When we first got to Australia, a lot of people from the UK would say to us, where do you go to the toilet? Because we don't have a bathroom in the van. And I'm like, well, there's public toilets all over the place in Australia. It's not hard to find.
Also like the free barbecue. Yeah.
Free barbecues on the beaches, in the parks.
I just couldn't imagine the UK ever having anything like that. It's insanely good of Australia.
It's not that they couldn't have it, it's just that how they're treated as well. Like here, they're always clean and like people leave them in a good state. It's not abused. My number 2 is cafes.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I just appreciate how good the coffee shops or the cafes are in Australia, because it's not hard to find an aesthetic one at all. Like a nice vibe, some nice food, and I just really appreciate the coffee shops here.
I'm just looking at my list now because we are pretty much on exactly the same page. I put down the middle of nowhere coffee stand, and that's because we have been in some of the smallest towns and we've still been able to find an amazing cafe / coffee shop that does the most amazing coffee, but not just that, incredible quality food.
If not that, you can find like coffee vans near the beach or just little, what are they called? Not stalls, but little setup, like coffee setups, and it's just always a good vibe.
And I think one of the things coming from the UK, we've probably not spoken about, but when we went back for our trip to the UK, we were really excited to get back and try some of the foods that we'd been missing. And when we got back and tried them, we were quite disappointed.
We were quite disappointed. The only thing we weren't disappointed about is the fish and chips, because I'm sorry, Australia, but we do them better. And we've met plenty of Aussies that will say the same thing.
If you've had fish and chips in the UK, you will know that they're on a next level basis. Everything else Australia gets right, and the food quality here just seems to be insane no matter where you are.
If you like coffee shops or you like cafes, Australia have just got it
just
spot
right
on.
So my next point I was going to say, and I think this has got to be on your list, is the beaches and the ocean pools. I've kind of linked them together because I just think they come hand in hand. But the beaches in Australia are just insane. There are so many beaches, and if you were to compare them to beaches in the UK, you just really, you couldn't imagine it, guys. If you've never been to the UK, how full the beaches get with people. When you come to Australia, you can be on one of the most amazing beaches you've ever seen in your life, and you can have it completely to yourself.
Yeah, and I think that kind of goes hand in hand with the weather as well. Like if it's a nice day in the UK, everyone's having a barbecue, everyone's going to the beach, and then it's just packed. But in Australia, because generally like it's nice all the time, people aren't flocking to the beach all at one time. Beaches are on my list as well.
But the reason I also put ocean pools is because
I like that point.
Australia has so many amazing ocean pools. We've been in, I think it was Bogey Hole. Bermagui also had an amazing, massive sea pool. There's obviously some incredible ones in Sydney.
It's nice to go in the sea, technically, but feel safe.
But then also, when we've been up in Queensland, they have the lagoon. So places like Early Beach have their lagoon.
Yeah.
We've been in
Don't know.
The name of the town where there was we went to the lagoon. But there's
Anyway.
there's also lagoons in Queensland which have been just as incredible as the sea pools.
Yeah, I remember you. Sorry.
And
Okay, my next one. My next one is the weather. Is that on your list?
I don't have weather on my list, but I think that's just because it is a given in Australia.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like so obvious. Like, what do you like about Australia? Oh, the weather. It's not the fact that it's like hot and sunny all the time, because that's something that actually surprised me when we got here. It's not hot and sunny all the time in Australia. Like, that's a lie that Australia has told the world. The fact is, it's rarely gloomy, and that's what I like about it. So even if it's not really hot, which I can't handle anyway, or really sunny, it's still a nice day to be outside.
What I do love about the weather in Australia is it's something you can rely on. In the UK, the weather is so changeable. And when you have those sunny days, you really feel like you have to embrace them and make the most of them, because you don't know if you're going to get another sunny day again for a couple of weeks. It really is a different vibe here in Australia, and I love the fact that means you can have more of an outdoor lifestyle. I think this is a pretty obvious one. You guys might know us by now, but the wildlife in Australia is just next level. It's insane. Not only can you always hear birds in the trees, you can walk on a little nature walk and you can see amazing wildlife like echidnas, you can see snakes, although the snakes and spiders being in Australia is a bit of a myth, guys. We haven't seen too many on our travels, but we have seen things like emus in the wild. We've seen loads and loads of roos. We've also seen dingoes whilst we've been driving the van. We've seen so much wildlife here. Whales in the sea and seal colonies, stingrays. The list just goes on and on.
It's quite a big list. I don't think this is a surprise again that this one would be on the list. And Philly, what you said about the birds, because I have wildlife on my list, but specifically birds. I went really specific with this one. And it's because since being in Australia, they just amaze me. Like, the kookaburras are amazing. When you see the parakeets and how colourful they are, like, they're wild.
You almost get a new appreciation for it. And this is, again, just something you don't get from the UK. We do have the very cute Disney-style birds in the UK. We don't get all the colourful birds like you do here in Australia, which just look insane. And it was probably one of the biggest shocks I got when coming here was you guys actually have, like, wild parrots just flying around. And kookaburras. And we love kookaburras, guys. We love it.
It's not a surprise, but the wildlife is amazing in Australia.
It's one of our favourite things about Australia.
Next one on my list, which I didn't know if this would be on your list, the perception of distance.
I have that.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
No way.
I have the scale/climate options. So you say what you're going to say, and then I'll tell you what I was going to say.
I was going to say that I love that here you can go on a 4-hour drive and people are like, oh yeah, that's just like normal. Whereas at home in the UK, like, that would be like such a big long drive. Like,
someone would expect you to be going somewhere for weeks if you're driving that far.
Yeah. Like, I think like 2 hours you'd be like, oh, that's like long enough for the weekend. But in Australia you can drive for hours, and I think that the mindset of it just being so accessible is what I really like. And it makes me think about living in the UK and how close Europe is to us. So like, we've never been to France together, and it's literally next door to us. And in the time that we've been in Australia, we could have driven back
all across Europe.
Literally all across Europe.
Crazy thing I think we learned when we first got here was that the state of Victoria is just slightly bigger than the UK. That's insane.
I think you can fit the whole of Europe into Australia.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you could.
So what did you have on your point about that?
So I put the scale/climate options. And again, on the similar point to the scale is just how vast everything is. Why I put climate options was because if it's winter in Victoria, you could drive to the Northern Territory/Queensland and you could be experiencing the same type of weather, Aussie summer weather, that you would experience down in Victoria in winter. So you have so many different options available to you. Within Australia, it's such an amazing country with so many different climates
and landscapes.
And I think when you think of Australia back home, you tend to think of the desert. It's one of the things that your dad said to us when he got here was how he was surprised how green everything was. That is Australia. It is surprising. It isn't the stereotype of just one big open desert.
Or just the beach.
It has beaches, snowy mountains. It does have the desert and the red sand, but it also has tropical rainforest, and there's just so many amazing parts of Australia to explore because it is such a vast space. But if you wanted to live in a constant cycle of summer, you just travel around.
You could, yeah.
This one is one of my personal favourite things about Australia, and it's free the feet. And the reason I say free the feet is...
Wait, is that on mine? Yeah, it is on mine.
So the reason I say free the feet is when we're at home, we tend to wear shoes and socks most places because it's maybe wet or cold. We love how relaxed the culture here is in Australia, and it's not expected that you need to wear trainers or shoes into the supermarket. You just go barefoot if you want to.
Yeah, I totally agree. Something that I personally love is wearing sandals all the time, just slipping your sandals on and off. And yeah, I also wrote on my list, okay, this one was really vague and broad, but I put the outdoor lifestyle in brackets, bare feet. I'll just go out and be like, oh, I'm just going to have bare feet because no one's going to look at you like you're a weirdo because it's just normal.
I think there's something, again, if you haven't left Australia, you just wouldn't realise how not normal that is in most countries. And it's not that it's not normal in a bad way, it's an amazing thing that you have in Australia.
I would love an Australian to go to the UK and go to a supermarket with bare feet, because people would be like, oh my God. And if there was a kid with bare feet, they'd be like, oh my God.
There would be judgment.
Judgment, why is your child not wearing shoes? I love it.
Yeah.
Here for it. Okay, so bare feet.
It's yoga.
Okay, my next one is the fashion.
Okay.
Do you have that on your list?
I don't have the fashion, but I get what you mean.
The fashion and the vibe, like when I got you a t-shirt the other day and it was from the UK and it's like a tighter fit, than your baggier tops, and it's just like clothes are more colourful, more relaxed, just like more fun. But like when I look back at the UK, like we wore black a lot. I mean, we're wearing dark right now, but we don't always wear dark. But like you would live in black skinny jeans, and so would I, to be fair.
Black skinny jeans in the UK is certainly was the fashion when we were there, unless it's changed. And t-shirts that are a little bit of a tighter fit. We'll put a shot up of the t-shirt Ashleigh got me for Christmas, which was from the UK, and the same size as the medium t-shirts I wear here, was a bit tighter. I just like the fashion, and also you've got that like surfer vibe, and like the kind of brands that people wear, like Billabong and Quicksilver and Rip Curl.
Yeah.
And I remember when we first got here, going into the shop, and we just wanted to buy everything because you have such a good style in Australia. Yeah. Okay, so for my next one, I've put the no worries mindset. I love how chilled most Australian people tend to be. I'm not going to say everybody, but most people in Australia that we've met are really chilled, but also really helpful. We've met so many amazing Australian people that we'll stop and have a chat with, and that will want to help us with different things. We had an accident in Australia some time ago, and the amount of people around us that wanted to help, or when we broke our water tank and got into the campsite that night, the neighbours next door gave us a beer each because they could see that we were having a bit of trouble with the van. And I love that. I love how welcoming everybody has been here. And you guys on our videos with your amazing comments and your amazing suggestions are just a testament to how amazing the culture here is in Australia.
People are on my list as well. Basically exactly what you said. People.
The people.
My next one is the big open spaces / the open road.
Okay.
Because it's just like, it's so much space in Australia. Again, if you're Australian and you've never left, you might not realise it, but it's just so like spacious everywhere. Like even the houses aren't like close together. And then when we go on a big drive, we can be driving for hours and it's just like countryside. And I just, that feeling, especially when you're on a road trip as well, it's just like the open road, drive for miles. It's just, it reminds me of America. And when we did Route 66, when we were there, that was the first time I really experienced, this might sound weird, but like being in a dome. So like being on the open road and you can just see for as far as your eye can see, and then the sky just above you, and you're like in this big dome. And I really remember that from America, and that feels the same in Australia. And also what I do like about that, compared to the UK, like everything's small, but what I like about it is that it's different. Does that make sense? So like when we get home to the UK, I'm like, oh, everything's like cute and quaint, and like the country roads, it makes me appreciate that more because I've experienced something different.
The vastness in Australia.
Yeah. So they're both equally good. But that point can kind of go with number 7, where we spoke about distances, landscape, climate. My
next one was seize the day and the early starts in Australia. One thing we've spoken about so many times is how we would love to get up earlier in the morning and make the most of the day, which seems to be the Aussie way.
The Aussie way.
The cafes, the coffee shops, all open really early in Australia. We're talking like 5 a.m. early. Yeah. But in the UK, that is not a thing. In the UK, it's very normal to get up later in the day, and coffee shops will still be open till 5, 6 p.m. at night. But I love how in Australia, you guys like to make the most of the sun from the moment it comes up until the moment it sets. And we love when we do wake up early in the morning. We love it because we feel like we're already winning for the day. So that is definitely something that is on our list to try and do better at.
Yeah.
My last thing kind of goes in line with making the most of the day, and that's just because I love a pint. And so country pubs / hotels in Australia, the fact that pretty much every single town, no matter how small it is, has either a hotel or a little pub that you can go and enjoy, is definitely on one of my favourite things in Australia.
Yeah, I think that goes along with the cafes as well, like we've said before. You can be driving through anywhere and you'll normally find a pub, a cafe, a bakery, and everywhere will have those 3 places, and I love that. Okay, and just another little point, if we're going to add more, the more we talk, the more I can add things, but bakeries, I love in Australia that there are independent bakeries. That is something, I'm sorry, I don't want to like speak negatively of the UK, but when we went back, we realised it's just like chains, and it's Greggs is everywhere, but in Australia, independent bakeries, I wish we had that in the UK. I'm sure we used to, and it's kind of faded out, but that's something that I wish we could take back. Okay, so that was our list of 10 and a bit maybe of the things we love most about Australia. So if you're in Australia, let us know in the comments if there's things that we miss that you love about Australia.
And if you're overseas, guys, let us know if any of that surprised you, especially if you're from the UK. I'd be interested to know what you think of Australia. If you have enjoyed watching, and if you want more from us, we're sharing our honest experiences of van life whilst we're here in Australia, and we're about to go to Tasmania, which we're super excited for. So if you want to follow along on our journey, hit subscribe, drop us a like, and let us know in the comments what your thoughts are on some of the things we said in this video.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.